Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing well and fine on this Saturday. Thanks for being here. I hope the world has treated you kindly today. Let us tap right in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with you this afternoon. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. Collective energy, please, Spirit. What storyline would you like to share with the collective, please? And thank you. All right. In the central energy, you've got the Queen of Swords. Clear boundaries, coldness, direct. Cutting people out. Clear-minded. There's no reason to remain connected to these things that are imbalanced and not truthful. In the challenge position, you've got the Queen of Wands. Courageous and determined. In the subconscious, we've got death, endings and beginnings. Could be a Queen of Swords whose challenge is a Queen of Wands. They're looking at the ending of a cycle, a transition. Is this Queen of Swords trying to take out this Queen of Wands? Or vice versa? We'll have to wait and see. In the recent past, we've got the Knight of Swords. Somebody's defending their beliefs of driving others to succeed. They actually said that to me once. Their business was driving people to success. But what they actually do is drive people into the darkness and then extract the success that they earn while climbing up out of that darkness. And then they take them out and claim it. So, intentions and expectations here. 10 of Wands. A completion of your 10 of Wands burden. They're expecting you to, there's an end in sight and a completion to your burden. They want to burden you in the near future. In the near future, we've got 2 of Swords reversed. No right choice. Information overload. Something's got to be released here, and there's confusion and fear. The lens that's being looked through is the Empress. Abundant and fertile. Jealousy runs rampant. In the environment, we've got the Sun reversed. Somebody's arrogant, sad, depressed, being careless. Hopes and fears. Ace of Pentacles. They want money. And the outcome. Chariot. There's a victory and forward movement. You're out of here. A departure. You're leaving. So somebody's leaving. All right. So let us get into some more details here. What do we got? Your victory and your leaving here is causing somebody a 10 of Swords. Painful ending. There's a whole group here that collaborated against you that's in fear regarding this destiny. This King of Cups is very strong and supportive, bringing a tower. Bringing a tower and moving forward. Leaving behind a heartbreak. Looking for a new opportunity. Maintaining control during negotiations and gaining rejuvenation and love. Wow, King of Wands, overcoming challenges, and a 10 of Pentacles has somebody in a nightmare because they've been disconnected from the 9 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. Their trickery and their fraud with the devil was caught by God. And now they are at a crossroads. There's a lot of nastiness going on out there. It's incredible to see. It's so off the wall. It's like insanity. Makes no sense at all. So we got Queen of Swords here, unbiased judgment, clear boundaries. Cold-hearted. Thou shalt not cross, snake. So very perceptive about this snake. Setting clear boundaries regarding this snake. The snake could be challenged by this Queen of Wands who's got a zest for life. You know, this Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands could very well be the Empress, resting in specific qualities of self. Or it could be a group, that team, a team of people. Look at this, leadership in the reverse. So the truth is out. The Queen of Swords knows the truth about this snake. There is setting clear boundaries, cold and direct, very clear-minded. The snake is challenged because this Queen of Wands is courageous and determined to live life, and they could not take the leadership role from her. There is death here. This is the end of a cycle. The truth is known. The Queen's got their stuff going on. Their swords raised, their staff raised. This is the end of a cycle for the snake. This is the end of the cycle for a snake who was perhaps perceived to be you. And it's over. Yeah, this snake may have been at one point perceived to be you. And they're challenged because they could not take the leadership role of this Queen of Wands here, because Queen of Swords is saying, hey, 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 clear boundaries, little snaky. So in the recent past, there's like driven to succeed, coming in, trying to get things going. This player, the player can't play. Somebody isn't absent And they didn't remember about that. This player, somebody here isn't a player, or this player's isn't able to play. They're coming in trying to defend their beliefs about driving others. So the player was false. Somebody is present here. There's no memory. Something's got to go on here. I'm going to have to get some more clarification on that. But what we do have here is a 10 of Wands, a completion of a heavy burden. So it could very well be that you're not absent. You're not an absent parent. You never were an absent parent. It could be that you don't have any memory of what these people have been doing, but you're not a player. You're not a player. They couldn't make you appear to be a player. This person is driven to succeed. They're trying to think fast. Your burden is complete here. Oh, look at that. We got prophecy. It was prophesied that this would be the end of your burden. Somebody's overloaded. They don't know what to do, maybe because you've been released. They're confused, maybe in fear. Teacher. You could be a teacher. They're in fear because you're going to be teaching. Empress, nurturer, mother, accomplished. Do nothing. Do nothing. You didn't do anything. You're doing nothing. You're not fighting with anybody. You're not trying to cause trouble with anybody. You might have people causing trouble with you. Obviously, this snake was trying to take your leadership role. They were unsuccessful. Sun in the reverse. So they're depressed and they're sad, feeling very arrogant at this setback. This is the end of that snake appearing as you. There's no optimism. They're not optimistic about this situation. They're very arrogant. They had hoped to get this money, and they still hope to get this money. Or they're afraid of what you're going to do in your new career. This as a teacher. They're worried about what you're going to do in your new career. Because they're disconnected. You're disconnecting them. You see them for what they are. This snake was dressed up. People perceived them to be you, but it wasn't you at all. It was a snaky little slime ball who failed to take you out and continue being perceived as you. There may be a death here. Definitely a disconnection. Your new career, Empress, you did not do anything. You're here, man. You're here, woman. You're here in your Queen of Swords energy, Queen of Wands energy, and you didn't do anything, and there's a death here. Disconnect. Freaking victory. Moving on. There's a lot of attempts to slander people out there right now, especially if they're an Empress or High Priestess. These people are, you're coming into your purpose. You're departing and you're moving into your purpose. The Empress is a teacher. She has overcome a lot of bad stuff from this snake, and now she gets to go teach about it. That's her purpose. This is very important. An appearance is very important. Look at this. This is a sovereign individual. So they're in their purpose. They're very important. They may make an appearance soon. They're a sovereign person. And justice is going to be served on this religion. This religion of snakes. Congratulations. There could be a visitation. Somebody might be seeing things. Somebody might be seeing things. Attention is on things. Like, yeah, attention is on things. They're seeing things. Their attention is being drawn. There's a change regarding the grave of the shining ones. Or a shining ones. So now they get to they get to take the reins and drive. They've been made a promise of self-preservation, here and now, creativity, creative communication to deal with the drama from this wise guy regarding wholesome seats. See, these people wanted the seat. They were expecting the seat of wholesome people. They were martyring them. And it could be that they're very well going to try to do it again. And they may get away with it so that they can continue horse playing around. But it looks to me like you've got forgiveness here. And you may be a teacher of what love is on the home. So I guess it would be those who really haven't experienced love who would know what love is, right? Because they've had to pour it into themselves in order to heal through the brutality of attempted theft of life, identity, and leadership roles. Purpose. The snake wanted your purpose. And obviously it's a religious person or a religious sect or whatever. Outlandish. So Queen of Swords is unbiased judgment, justice independent, very clear boundaries, and coldness direct. Not emotional about this at all. Very clear-minded and perceptive about this snake who made mistakes. The snake made mistakes. They wish they could right their wrongs, and they can't. They're challenged because the Queen of Wands here is courageous and determined to live, and they were not able to steal the leadership role from this person. Habits. They've got habits that they'll never change. In the subconscious, we've got death here, endings. The ending of them being perceived as you. It's over. This snake made mistakes, and it's obvious that they are a fraud. Who have been trying to frame you and blame you for fraudulent stuff that you weren't even involved in. There's no confusion regarding a soul tie. Death is here. This is the ending of them being perceived as you, and there's no confusion about who this soul tie belongs to. It belongs to Queen of Swords, Queen of Wands, Empress. It belongs to the Empress. They could not take this. So there's no confusion regarding the soul tie of this Empress here. Somebody's trying to think fast. There's no absence. The player can't play. They lost their memory. They've lost their memory. They've lost their memory. They've lost their memory. The player can't play. And Daddy isn't absent. You can think of that as God or whatever you want to think of that as. So it looks to me like, yeah, there's a higher power here. They've been lost their privileges of memories on how to play with others and their leadership roles. This is the completion of your heavy burden. It was prophesied. You are worthy. You are worthy. Two of Swords reversed. Somebody's very worried about the release of a teacher. Or there could be somebody doesn't know what to do about a teacher. They're confused about a teacher. They don't know what to do. Lesser of two evils. No right choice. No escape. No escape for this teacher. No escape for the teacher of these evil things. The Empress is here, having evolved and did nothing. The Empress didn't do anything. They've been traumatizing an innocent, nurturing, loving, very abundant and evolved mother figure who's not guilty of doing anything. Didn't do anything. There's a detachment. The Empress didn't do anything, and they're getting detached from her. It was all a lie. The Sun is in the reverse. They're very arrogant and depressed. They've lost all their optimism. They're not happy anymore. They're not thinking this is going to work out. They missed their opportunity. They're worried. They're in fear over what you're doing with your new career because there's a disconnect here. A disconnect. You're disconnecting from those people whose values are all about money, who have shitty values. They're being disconnected from the money. They're being disconnected from the abundance. You've gained a victory over this. You're in your chariot here. You're departing. You're leaving. You're entering. Maybe you're going somewhere to enter into your purpose. They couldn't take your leadership role. This is the end of them being perceived as you, and you're not overwhelmed or stressed out. There's gossip going on. People are talking about how they had no appreciation for you. You're gonna mend. Your heart will mend. Your connection is being fixed with somebody. You're being reunited. Runner. Hope. A runner. I don't want to run anymore. Somebody doesn't want to run anymore. They have hope of having a relationship with you, They want to be part of your destiny, inseparable. They're chasing after you. This ego, prideful person is chasing after you because they are feeling your absence. So somebody wants to have a conversation with you and be forgiven and offer reciprocity, equal give and take. And that's a freaking lie. They got secrets. They're keeping secrets. They just want to be part of your new chapter because they're guilty and this is an unexpected outcome. They're trying to gain a new soul contract with you, and that's the truth. Queen of Swords is here. Clear-minded, clear boundaries regarding this snake who made mistakes. And they're full of anxiety. This snake is full of anxiety because they don't know what's going to happen. They don't know what's going to happen next. Their challenge is that the Queen of Wands had a very big determination to continue living, and they were not able to take the leadership role from her. They have habits that they won't ever change. They're just a greedy little snaky person who is just a creep, pretending to be others. And we got empty in the reverse. They were not empty. They could not empty you. They could not empty your vessel. They couldn't kick you out of your vessel. They couldn't kick you out of your destiny. They couldn't steal your leadership role. They failed to move against you. There's an ending here of them being perceived as you. There's no confusion regarding this soul tie that you may be in or who belongs in this. They lost. They lost. So they're rushing forward. They're trying to think fast because the player can't play or the player lost the game. Somebody isn't absent here. There's a parent here, a guardian, a guide, a protector. Somebody isn't absent here. There's memory here, but it's in the reverse. So they may not remember. That the parent isn't absent. I think of this parent as like the Hierophant. Guilty in the reverse. You weren't guilty. You know, and it could very well be that you were accused of being an absent parent. It could very well be that you were accused of abandoning your child. And it could be that you just don't remember what happened here. But you're not guilty of it either. This player's game didn't work. They were trying to frame you. This is the completion of your burden. It was prophesied. You are worthy. You're not guilty. Secrets. Somebody wasn't telling the whole story. They kept secrets. You are worthy. Somebody wasn't telling the whole story. So now they're confused and in fear because this teacher, they can't escape. Whoever was teaching these people to do this kind of stuff, we got needs. In order to get their needs met, they can't escape. Empress didn't do anything and they're being detached from her. Empress didn't do anything. They're being detached from her, and it's going to get to be a real rocky road for them. Because that's what they gave her. Sun in the reverse. Somebody's very depressed. They have no optimism. They missed their opportunity. They could not remove this Empress from her vessel. They couldn't unalive her and take over her leadership role. Many flames. Many flames. They have put out many flames to try to find the right destined path, and they failed. They're afraid of what you're going to do in your new career here, Empress, because they're getting disconnected. They could be being disconnected because of their value system. They have no values. They have no scruples. They have no scruples, no morals, no ethics, no love, no nothing. They're very childish. You've gained a victory over them. You're in your purpose. You're not overwhelmed at all. And you're not playing games. You don't play games with love. You don't play games, period. You're not overwhelmed. You're not playing games. You're in your Queen of Swords energy here, and you've got your Queen of Wands staff raised. You're very passionate, and you're not afraid to wield either of those weapons. The Empress is here in an abundant, evolved state. She didn't do anything. These people are grieving because everything is in ruins, and they have a long, long life to live with everything in ruins. Why? Because they were tempted and they broke all their promises. Every promise they ever made, they broke. And now they need an escape. They're feeling crushed because they're alone and tangled up and unable to free themselves from this crazy drama. And this is ending. They want forgiveness, but this is ending. It's all crumbling. And things are getting really hard because you're leaving. You're taking your stuff and you're leaving, and you're going far, far away. And they're going to struggle with no place to settle down. You're being fierce. No empathy. You have no empathy. I mean, you may have empathy, but the ones you have empathy for are the ones who probably have undergone the same treatment that you have survived here. It's so funny how you can tell someone that you overheard another trying to teach somebody magic, and then they can say to you that you have been caught red-handed. And it's like, just because you pick up on a message, they are insinuating that you were the one doing it. And it's so weird to me how they twist this. You know, you're given a message and then they twist it as though you spoke it, so it must be you doing it. And it's like, wow, that's so weird. But that's how it works. And I guess that's part of the danger of reading cards and putting your messages out there online, is that these snakes will try to frame you for it. We got death in the reverse. Queen of Swords is here. Clear boundaries and cold. Cutting. She knows, she's very perceptive and clear-minded regarding this snake. They made mistakes, and now they're full of anxiety because they could not cause a death for this Queen of Wands. Queen of Wands has this crazy kind of courage, this zest and determination to live. They could not steal her leadership position. They have habitual patterns they'll never change, and they could not empty her vessel. They could not take her out of the body. They could not take her love. They couldn't take anything that she's in possession of here with her cup. So yeah, and they're out of balance. They're out of balance. They have no balance. Death is here. It's the end of a cycle of them being perceived as you. There's no confusion regarding this soul tie. They lost. Humor. You're focusing on the lighter side of life. It's what pulled you through this. They were trying to bring you out of balance, and you just said, oh. So you got the Knight of Swords is here. I'm trying to think fast because they weren't able to play you. Somebody's not absent here. There's a parent who isn't absent. You may not remember, or they don't remember. But you're not guilty. You haven't been found guilty. The parent is not absent. You don't remember what's going on here. You're not guilty. This player was not able to play you. They failed. They're trying to think fast. What they did was seen. What they did is known. This adversity that they were bringing to you, this player failed. This snake. It's a completion of your 10 of Wands burden. It was prophesied. You are worthy. Someone wasn't and isn't telling the whole story. They're not telling the truth. They're lying, trying to cast illusions over your life. False. Yeah, and they're in regret. They're in regret. Now they're confused and in fear. This teacher can't escape, and their needs aren't being met. Honesty. It's probably the first honest thing they ever said. That their needs aren't being met. They can't escape it. They can't escape it. They've got to face the truth. The truth is here. They can't escape it. The Empress is here, evolved, a nurturer, and didn't do anything that they said they were doing. So she's being detached from this rough road. This rough road that they have had her on. This is the completion of her 10 of Wands burden. She is a being of service. An empress, a true empress. That the snake and all the snake's family hate. And want to be. They failed. They failed. She's being detached from this tough situation. She's being detached from these people who are so upside down. They are here in the environment. Sun reversed, very depressed and arrogant here. They have no optimism. They missed their chance. And they have put out many, many flames, trying to find the right one. And they missed their opportunity with you too. They're having doubt. They're having doubt. The sun is in reverse. Optimism is in the reverse. They missed their opportunity. They put out many flames trying to find the right one. They failed. They're having doubt. They're worried. They're in fear over what you're going to do in your new career. They're in grief over being disconnected. Their values are completely corrupt and childish. And they're getting denial. They're in denial or they're being denied. They're in denial, they're being denied. You've got a victory here. You're in your chariot. You're going on a departure. You're leaving. You're entering into your purpose. You're not overwhelmed by anything. You don't play games with love. And you're not playing with games with love at all. You're not playing games. You're not playing games with love. That's not who you are, Empress. You're the abundant nurturer. The one who brings evolution. The one who supports souls. Not tries to crush them for gain. You don't play games with love. You're disciplined. You're disciplined. You're a being of service. You're a disciplined being of service. And these ones had you lonely. They had you in isolation. They were probably doing heavy magic over you, trying to get you to appear as something or to get you into this death mode. They wanted you out of balance, and instead, that's what they got themselves. They could not take you out of your cup. They couldn't drain you of your love. They couldn't drain you of your energy. They couldn't drain your vitality. They couldn't unalive you. You're too zesty. You're too determined to live. So when you're alone, you know that you're never really alone, and you connected to the Father, who isn't absent here. Relationships that serve the higher good, the inner voice that you trust. You possess gifts of the soul that benefit you and others. You've got your health. People are worried and they want forgiveness because you've got your freedom here. You've got your freedom from those who are guilty of hurting you. You are a successful and grateful. You know that there's no greater goal than to love. And you know that to be thankful and grateful even for the hard times, because it's in those times that you find out what's inside of you. What is your soul made of? What kind of inner resilience and inner fortitude do you possess? How much pressure can you take without falling into a pit of despair? You have to be thankful for those hard times that make you want to go there. Otherwise, you'll go there. You know, you have to have an appreciation and a respect for your suffering in order to rise out of it. It just happens. It has to be that way. Otherwise, you're going to be drowned in it. You're a peaceful person. You're a being of love. And you're releasing all the negative energy of envy. They don't know what to do. They were trying to blame you, but you persevered with love and with courage. So there's a change here. You've grown in consciousness and awareness. And these ones need to surrender their need to control your abundance out of pride. It's your abundance. They're afraid of your empathic qualities. And the fact that you are so patient, knowing that everything happens in divine order. Nobody can sway you off of that. In your imagination, you're not in a hurry. You don't want to rush it. You don't want to force it. You don't want to take it. Everything happens in divine order, and you wait patiently for the Most High to present you with your next in alignment, opportunity. You don't force anything. These ones need to accept the fact that you are happy and you deserve happiness and you're going to get it. They're in grief over your purpose because they're being judged. There's judgment for them and their friends. Or maybe they're being judged by your friends. Maybe they're being judged by your friends or by their friends. Maybe their friends are judging them now and they're all whacked out in the head thinking, oh my gosh, nobody loves me anymore, and I don't know. I don't know how that's going to go. Because they're not you. And all this time they've been pretending to be you, but there's a death card here saying this is the end of a cycle. This is the end of them being perceived as you. There's no confusion over who belongs in a soul tie. They lost. And somebody's finding it humorous. Somebody might be finding it humorous. Or you're just choosing to, or they lost because you chose to focus on the lighter side of life. And this is goodbye. Queen of Swords is Zorro cutting this snake right off. Very, very, very clear and very cold. This snake made mistakes. They're full of anxiety because they could not cause a death or an ending for this Queen of Wands, Empress. She's here all over the place, Empress, and she might be here with friends. She's here with friends. These guys are being judged by her friends. They messed up. They don't have any support. They don't have any support. They might be being judged by their friends. They have no support. So Queen of Wands is very zesty, very determined and confident and saying, I shall live. And they could not empty her out of her vessel with these habitual patterns that they are in. They could not take the leadership position, and they have no balance. They're not balanced. They're in a state of chaos, and this is their career. This is these habitual patterns of unaliving people to be seen as them. This is their career. This is what they do. There's an ending to them being perceived as you. There's no confusion over who belongs in this soul tie. They lost because you continually look at the lighter side of life. You didn't focus on the negatives. You didn't fall into the hole. And if you did, you climbed back out of it and then you rose. The grapevine. I heard something you're going to be interested in. So I love you and I only want to add happiness to your life. So in the grapevine, there could be talk of somebody who loves you. Or maybe in the grapevine, people are talking about love. But there is a soul tie here, and somebody's not confused who belongs in this soul tie now. The end of this snake being perceived as you is over. So it could be that whoever they hooked up with last time was the false one, and maybe now there's just no more doubt. They can suddenly see. So the Knight of Swords is trying to think fast. The adversity didn't work. They couldn't play you. It appears to be as though there is a father figure present. I think that this could be the Most High. You could think of it however you want. You may not remember anything, but you're not guilty. Or maybe this person who tried to play you forgot that the Most High walks with you. Maybe they forgot. They couldn't remember that your spiritual Heavenly Father was never absent. Even though they may have thought you were alone, they forgot that the Most High walks with you. And you're not guilty of what they said you were guilty of. So this is a completion of your 10 of Wands burden. This was prophesied. You are worthy. Somebody wasn't telling the whole truth and they're in regret. And we got growth. Somebody might have a growth on them. This is the second time the growth card came up. It was here also. Apology. Look at, they want to apologize, but it was a trick. They want to sabotage you. But as I pulled this apology card, it came out and it hit my thumb and it flipped out into the reverse. So it could be that you're not going to accept an apology because you know it's a trick. It's an attempt to sabotage you. They want your gift. They're fighting about it. They want to come in and deliberately manipulate your perception of reality so that they can get a safe space from you and then enact revenge because you said goodbye. They want to bring chaos from the past back into your perspective. They want to ask for a loan in order to reconnect with you. And then they'd probably use that loan to entertain themselves while traveling. They're envious of your welcome, of your being welcomed. So you left them, you got welcomed into, you got accepted, you were welcomed, you have been assisted and helped, and these people are wanting revenge on you because you left. So anybody coming in right now seeking to apologize, seeking reconnection, this is an attempt to connect so that they can exact revenge. It's a lie. They're really angry because you left and they didn't get what they wanted out of you. So unfortunately, I would ignore everybody in the 3D experience, and I would watch very much closely anybody who's approaching you in the dream state. There's a lot of things going on right now. A lot of nasty things going on right now. I hope this brought clarification to something that you already intuitively knew, and I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.